We believe this about Bianca Belair. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you whether or not you should, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I don't think it's true. Look, Bianca Belair is in an interesting situation right now as she continues to team with Naomi as a makeshift tag team while Jade Cargill is out of action. Now, look, we don't know exactly when Jade Cargill is coming back. At the time of this video, everything is up in the air. She could return by the time you hear this video, but I also think, regardless of whether she's on television now or she's not on television, the fact of the matter is there's still an unknown, and there's a big circle next to Bianca Belair's name. There's a big circle next to Naomi's name when it comes to Jade Cargill's attacker. Now, with Bianca Belair, she has done great things in 2024, and as we head into 2025, I expect her to do more great things. She has been able to take Jade Cargill, who is still very green, form her into a notable tag team player, becoming a two-time women's tag team champions with Bianca Belair. She has also continuously gotten over with the fan base, making them more loyal to her as one of WWE's top baby faces. And you can always go back to the well as a single star when that time comes. Now, look, do I think that they're going to do a Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill match at WrestleMania? No, I think that's stretching it. But there's been a lot of talk about who is behind this person. Who is the mystery attacker on Jade Cargill? Could it really be Bianca Belair? Something which I've advocated that I don't think that should be the case. And that leads us to today's video. Should we believe that Bianca Belair is the mystery attacker behind Jade Cargill? I say no, and I'll tell you why. One, you have a successful tag team with Bianca and Jade Cargill, and they had no signs of stopping this tag team and booking them strongly up until Jade got injured. There was no T-split. Also, the fan base is really, really into these two, to the point where anytime I would talk about potentially splitting them off and doing a match between them, y'all would push back on me. I also think the fact that while, yes, Bianca Belair has a smidge of history as being a heel way back when in her NXT days, fans have really come to know her and accept her as a babyface. In fact, I think she's one of their better babyfaces. She's obviously one of their top tier babyfaces, not only on SmackDown, but on the entire main roster. One of the best babyfaces, let's be real, in the wrestling business today. I think it's very clear that Naomi is the attacker because she had more to gain. What did Bianca Belair have to gain? She had to find a late replacement for her War Games team at Survivor Series. She also was about to be stripped of the women's tag team titles, which in storyline reasons, that would mean more or less opportunity and less money, right? Less prestige, less confidence, if we're talking about storyline, obviously. And she would have to find a new partner, right? And so then she also had to team up with Naomi, who, while yes, she does have experience with, and yes, has won matches with, and yes, has been successful with, it's still not your tag team champion partner. It's still not Jade Cargill, right? So if you're just looking at it from a storyline base, a talent that has no real history of being a heel, or at least anytime soon, and no motivation to take out her tag team partner, it doesn't make sense for Bianca Belair to be the big mystery attacker. I think that would be actually the wrong way to do it. I think they would be making a huge mistake in that regard because I think it's unnecessary. I don't think there's anything that points to why it would make sense, how they can make it make sense, or why you would even want to do it. Because I've talked about this for literally months, where you can take the Jade Cargill Bianca Belair eventual split in various ways, right? You can have Jade turn on Bianca. You could have them just split up. You could just have two baby faces going at it, right? Or you could have a Bianca Belair turn, although I just don't see that happening. Either way, there's multiple ways you can go there, and honestly, they're better than Bianca Belair turning heel. Now, look, Jade Cargill, she has been posting teasers on social media, these cryptic posts, and people think that she may or may not be coming back anytime soon. I think if you're looking at it from a Bianca Belair standpoint, I don't see a reason why you would rush Jade back, because we're in this weird time right now where A, we don't know when Jade's coming back, and B, let's say she could return tomorrow. Well, you got the Royal Rumble coming up on February 1st. Now, historically, WWE likes to keep surprises and returns or debuts or whatever for the Royal Rumble. So you would probably get Jade around then. And also, you have this built in storyline right now with Naomi and Bianca Belair. Let's flush this out a little bit. We got a month, right, before we realistically can bring back Jade if she's medically cleared, and we don't know that. But let's just say they hold her off. You have time to tell out a story. You have time to build on the relationship between Naomi and Bianca Belair. You have time to tell what they can do together, who they can feud with. Maybe they can get other talents over, right? Perhaps they drop the tag team titles. I don't see that necessarily happening, but you could certainly do that. You could go in multiple ways of doing it. You could even have Naomi just automatically come out and reveal, hey, I'm the mystery attacker before Jade comes back. You don't need Jade to come back in order to pay off the mystery angle. You just have it paid off when Jade returns and she just beats the crap out of Naomi, right? Like that's pretty clear. So if you didn't want Bianca to stay as a tag team champion, if you didn't want her to stay in the tag team division, you wanted to get her back in the singles scene, then you could obviously go ahead and do that with Naomi. It would make sense, right? And you could have a heel Naomi going up against a babyface Bianca, Bianca going after Naomi for not only taking out her friend, taking out her tag team partner, but also mistrusting and lying and deceiving her, right? Like there's so many layers to this that's what makes it so interesting. That's what makes it so captivating. That is what makes it so intriguing, because there's so many different ways you can go with the storyline, and those are the best storylines. Like I understand that WWE, they get a knock for kind of like basic, straightforward storytelling, but you got to keep in mind when they do these storylines, while yes, the gist of the storyline is simple, there's multiple layers, there's multiple onion layers, if you will, within these storylines where you can go here, you can go there, you can introduce this person to that person, and you can lead this person to go in here, and like you set things up months in advance, weeks in advance, days in advance, right? And everything just plays out as it does. That's why WWE's booking is so good these days. And that's one of the reasons why Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill's booking over the last year. I mean, think about it. It was Jade and Bianca, them having the stare off at at the Royal Rumble, right? And then them teaming up at WrestleMania, then them going on the tag team run that they did as champions. Everything led to everything. So don't necessarily get stuck on just the straightforwardness. You got to see where, and this is one of my favorite things about this channel, is like I get to break down and I get to try to predict where they're going, where they could be going, where I think they should be going, type of things. So yes, I don't believe Bianca Belair is Jade Cargill.